It's not a surprise that I write my posts in advance, but what surprises me is how far in advance. I originally worried that hitting the once-a-week mark might be a struggle. What if I promised my subscribers to post each week and then couldn't meet that deadline? I'd not been writing regularly, I had a traditional job, and I typically stayed at work 10 hours a day. I also have a family and even a dog. There wasn't room to focus on writing. Then comes the big life disruption of retirement. I still know how to do the work I used to do, but you don't jump to the head of the prospective employee line when your age is north of 60. I did not want to stay where I was. Finding something new was not panning out. With the cooperation and blessing of my wife, retirement was a real possibility. No, she was not thrilled that I might retire while she was still working. For years, my retirement plan was to write. If I could start turning out books at a reasonable rate, I felt sure I could build a readership and make at least a little side money, or at least enough to pay the costs of producing the books. I'd go into what those costs are, but that's really another post. Maybe I will make money as a writer, or I will have an enjoyable hobby that pays for itself. Either way, I'm happy. Then along comes Substack. The more I saw, the more it looked like a good place for me to be. I started to grab the sky and realized I needed to have a predictable posting schedule. Otherwise, readers might become frustrated waiting for new posts. And a posting schedule was a great way to instill discipline into my writing schedule, which brings us back to being surprised. I was surprised how easily I could meet my weekly posting commitment. I'm writing this on February 3rd, 2025. It will be posted on February 25th, 2025. That is over 3 weeks from now. Therein lies my mystification. A self-made mystification, admittedly, but to a guy that spent decades up against deadlines, being 3 weeks ahead is almost unimaginable. I say almost unimaginable because I can see it. I must acquiesce to its existence. I poked it with a stick a couple of times just to be sure it was real. 3 weeks. Go figure. Still, I'm mystified. I'm surprised to be running so well ahead. Any Olympian would be ecstatic to be this far out in front. Which brings us to somebody's corollary to somebody else's law. Who these somebodies are is unimportant. It's likely I just made this up anyway. No success is achieved without creating fresh worry. It concerns me that I might be writing something that my future self would do better. What if a genre redefining transformation in fantasy literature occurs between today and 3 weeks from today? Let's say magical bubblegum stickman protagonists are the newest rage, and I don't address it in a timely fashion. Whatever will my subscribers think? All credibility will be lost. As you can see, the life of a fantasy writer is filled with deep thoughts and brooding intellectual conundrums. Damn you, magical bubblegum stickmen.